Hello, everybody. It is Taylor, Jake, and Barb back for our first official Roundtable Masked Singer vlog. This past Wednesday was the season premiere of the show. We saw 5 of the masks. We saw Sun, Giraffe, Popcorn, Dragon, and the first ever duo mask, the Snow Owls, all performed. I really enjoyed the premiere. I think the clues are going to be a lot harder this season. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about some of our guesses, how we thought they did during the performances, and whether or not we agreed with the first elimination. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting with Sun, who came out. She sang "'Cause I Love You" by Lizzo. I thought it was a great performance. She really made that song her own, whoever it is. We'll get to that in a minute. But I really enjoyed her performance.
The girl can sing. Whoever it is, she can sing. That was amazing. And I love the costume. It's actually one of my favorites. It's a gorgeous costume.
Yeah, it was a nice way to kick off the season. And it was, she, like you said, she can sing. And I think she's going to be around for a while.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about some of the clues. The first clue we saw was a ticket that said gold member on it. She also talked about how she's had some extreme seasons in her life. When she sprung into existence, she was center of the universe, started great, was a ton of pressure, got burned out in the spotlight. Some Mickey Mouse ears were shown. She fell into a deep depression and was frozen. Transformed into a ray of light. Nicole says Catherine McPhee, definitely not her. Jenny says Demi Lovato. A lot of people are guessing that. I don't think that's who it is. We'll get to that in a minute. And of course, Ken had to go in there and say Madonna with the ray of light.
Ken and his guesses are still out there.
Say what you want about Madonna, but she cannot sing like that.
And I think the other thing is Madonna is too big for a show like this. She would not do this.
Oh no, that'd be way over the budget.
It would be way over the budget.
Anyway, I think it's LeAnn Rimes. A lot of people were saying that when they first heard her sing. Definitely sounds like a country girl. I definitely think it's LeAnn Rimes. She did battle anxiety and depression. She started out young. The transition she might be talking about over the seasons in her life. She started out as kind of a traditional country singer, singing more traditional songs, sort of the up-and-coming country sweetheart back in the 90s. And then after her first couple albums, she went into a more country pop, or even leaning toward pop vibe. She had the song "I Need You," and then of course "Can't Fight the Moonlight" from the Coyote Ugly soundtrack. And a lot of people are really stumped on the Disney clue with the Disney ears. In '97, and I remember this too because I watched the concert, but she was one of the first. Back in the late 90s, Disney Channel did a lot of concert specials with a lot of younger up-and-coming artists, and she was one of the first concerts I remember watching, and I think that's where the Disney ears fall into play. There could be another Disney connection, but I definitely think it's LeAnn Rimes.
I can see why people would think Demi Lovato. I can totally see that, but without a doubt, that's LeAnn Rimes' voice. Yeah. And you know what? There's actually a clip on YouTube of her singing this exact same song.
Yeah, and I saw that too, and
it sounds very similar.
Yeah, there's no doubt it's LeAnn Rimes. I just crack up at some of the guesses I see on Facebook, and I just shake my head. I don't know.
How can you not? It's like, how can you not know LeAnn Rimes' voice? She has a very good voice.
A very big voice.
Girl can sing.
Yep.
And I can definitely recognize the voice. It's definitely LeAnn Rimes. And we'll definitely, hopefully, I don't know, maybe the judges will guess it eventually, maybe not, but we'll see. With the way things are going with the clues, I think they'll have a harder time guessing.
And I like how they do, and I have to say, the other thing I like that they're doing this season is that they're doing the clue packages, these animated clue packages.
Yeah,
They are
I
so
think they're
cool.
doing it because of the pandemic, but they're really cool. I really like them, and it brings a different type of life to the packages.
And I also like how they're doing the first impressions thing for the judges. They have to put their guests in. And I think that I know Ken's not going to get it because his guests are right out there. But
maybe
it'd be
Nicole. I have to say, maybe Nicole may get her right because she did guess Leanne Rhymes last season, so Nicole might get her right.
Right.
Anyway, up next, we had Giraffe, who sang "Let's Get It Started" by Black Eyed Peas. Definitely not a singer, more of a rapper. Giraffe has had a roller coaster career. Music is in their blood. Took a risk and became the brunt of everybody's jokes. Crash and Burn drove him to swing higher. Next to a carnival game they were playing, the one where you hit the mallet and it causes the thing to go up. I don't know what it's called, but there was a sign that said $3 next to it. He drummed up towering success. Now he's in the driver's seat and off to the races. Definitely a rapper. Ken said it was Garth Brooks. I understand why he would say Garth, because Garth had that whole Chris Gaines thing going on and everybody thought it was the most ridiculous thing ever. But I know Garth's voice, and that is not Garth. Yeah. Jenny guessed Travis Barker, and Robin guessed Vanilla Ice. Both very good guesses. Travis, of course, the drummer for Blink-182, in a really bad plane crash 10 or so years ago, nearly lost his life. The drummed up towering success. Also, Vanilla Ice was sort of but I don't know where the laughing stock clue with taking the risk, becoming the brunt of everybody's jokes. I don't know where that comes in with Travis Barker. It does sounds like it could come with Vanilla Ice though, because Vanilla Ice was sort of this late 80s, early 90s white rapper and when gangster rap was starting to become really popular. So that's why I think it could be either one. It could be Travis Barker or Vanilla Ice. I've seen a lot of people guessing Lin-Manuel Miranda or somebody from Hamilton just because of the costume, but the clues don't really fit.
I thought it was a good performance. I mean, it wasn't my favorite of the night, but it was still a good performance. I'm not sure on this one right now, but I'm gonna back Robin up, and I'm gonna support Robin's guess, and I'm gonna back him up. So I'm gonna go with Vanilla Ice too.
Yeah, I've been thinking it more and more that it is him, because I do believe, and this is a while ago, of course, when he first came out, but Vanilla Ice was a brunt of a lot of jokes when he was. So I can see it possibly being him, but I would not be outlandish if it was him.
Oh no, there are a lot of people it could be, and I'm literally, besides these few guesses, I'm literally stumped. But whoever it is, he seemed to be having a lot of fun because he really got bored by Ken's guess.
I also feel like I definitely need more clues to come together with a more come together with a more thorough guess.
Yeah. Up next, we had Popcorn, who was probably my favorite of the night. She sang "What About Us" by Pink. Her clue package, there was a goldfish and a star in a fishbowl. There was a tiger on her bed. She said she's a sweet corn with a jumbo-sized heart. Built a career around love, but that doesn't mean she's soft. There was a plate of food with a bunch of foods on it. One of them was meatloaf. I'll get to that in a second. There was a note that said, "Welcome to the Hood." There's a clue that said "Proud Merry-Go-Round." It was like a merry-go-round with "Proud Merry-Go-Round" written above it. She's obviously a legendary singer. Jenny guessed Tina Turner. I don't think it's Tina Turner because it would be way too hard for her to get from Switzerland to America with everything that's going on right now. Plus, I've heard rumors that she's not in the best health. Ken guessed Carol Baskin. Number one, Carol most likely can't sing because she definitely can't dance, which Jake and I will get tomorrow on our Dancing with the Stars show. And second of all, she's on Dancing with the Stars right now, so of course she can't be doing both at once. Nicole guessed Mary J. Blige, which I thought was a really good guess. I also wrote down here that I thought that it was Faith Evans because of the Puff clues, plus she's hung with royalty, considering like hip-hop royalty. But the morning after the show, I started doing a lot of research. And one person that I found online that a lot of people were saying was Taylor Dayne, which I really didn't think at first because I thought, oh, this person really sounds like a legendary black singer, like, Faith Evans, Diana Ross, Jennifer Hudson, somebody like that. So I went ahead and I got on Apple Music and I listened to Taylor Dayne's Tell It to My Heart. And that's when it sort of clicked. I looked into some of the clues. She did, her and Meatloaf did a song called Original Sin. I don't think it was a duet, but they both recorded the song. Hence the Welcome to the Hood. The sort of the fake Long Island accent she's doing. She's from New York. Hung out with royalty. She's toured with Michael Jackson and Prince. I definitely think it is Taylor Dayne.
Yes, I agree. Because I saw you sent me that clip, and as soon as I heard her voice, it clicked. And a lot of people won't remember her because she was like 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as I heard her voice, I knew it was Taylor Dayne.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope they don't vote her out early like they're apt to do with other people. I hope she's around for a while.
Yeah.
So
I hope she is too. She was amazing.
I thought Popcorn was great. And like I said in the last show we did from Masked Singer, I had a good feeling about Popcorn. She was going to end up being one of my favorites, and she is one of my favorites. I can get behind the Taylor Dayne yeses, but with the clue package, well, my first thoughts with seeing the clue package was, there were like a lot of like Sex in the City references, and I thought about Sarah Jessica Parker at first, but what y'all said about Taylor Dayne, I can definitely get behind that. So
that's not a bad guess, but Sarah Jessica Parker, I heard her sing. We've heard her sing in Hocus Pocus. It just doesn't seem like she has that big of a voice.
right, and she sang in Glee, and I remember her not having that big of a voice on Glee
but she also got her. Some people don't know, but she got her start in Broadway, so she definitely has a good singing voice.
Yeah. And another thing too, I think if it were Sarah Jessica Parker, she's from Cincinnati, Ohio. I think there may have been some more Ohio references in the packages as opposed to New York, where Taylor's from.
But I'm gonna buckle down and go with Taylor Dayne too, because I've listened I've heard tell it to my heart multiple times on the radio, and I can definitely see it being her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Up next was Dragon. We'll get back to Dragon in a minute because he was unmasked on Wednesday's show. We'll go ahead and move on now to Snow Owls. They haven't. They sang "Say Something" by A Great Big World with Christina Aguilera. I thought it was really good. They said it was a family reunion of sorts in their clue package. They haven't been seen together in a while. There were signs for Magnolia and Coral Canyon. They were sitting on a couch at one point. Robin thinks it's Vince Gill and Amy Grant. I could definitely see why they think that because the Christmas clues, Amy Grant has done a lot of Christmas tours. The male does not sound like Vince Gill at all. Vince has a very, very distinct high tenor voice. I don't think it's him. Jenny said Donnie and Marie, but Donnie's already been on the show, so I don't think they'd do something like that. Ken guesses Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara. I don't really think they can sing that well. It's definitely somebody who could sing. I was really, really stumped on this, and I had no idea who it was. But the next morning, I was looking at clues, or looking at everything online, and I came across somebody that I kind of forgot about. It's a married country couple, country singer Clint Black and his wife, Lisa Hartman Black. They did a duet back in the 90s of a song called, they did When I Said I Do. The Coral Canyon, they actually lived in Laurel Canyon at one point out in California. In the clue package, there was a Pearl. They have a daughter named Lily Pearl. Her middle name's Pearl. A lot of people are thinking it's siblings. There was a clue, I think, in the sneak peek that said Mr. and Mrs. Al. I think it's a married couple. I definitely think it is Clint Black and Lisa Hartman Black. I when I first heard them perform, I really didn't think it was it could be country. But then when I listened back a second time, it really sounded like that the male was trying to hide his twang. So that's why I think it's definitely Clint and Lisa.
Amazing harmonization. That's what I can say about the Snow Owls. They were actually one of my favorites of the night, and their harmonization was absolutely amazing. Yeah, I was a bit confused because I was like, is this a couple? Is this siblings? Because they actually said, I think it was mentioned in the clue package, something about a family reunion. So I thought maybe it was siblings, but I don't exactly have a clear guess on this one yet. So I'm gonna wait and see what the next clue package holds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been hearing Lisa and Clint too, but I'm kind of like maybe yeah, maybe no.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm kind of waiting to see the next clue as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
It sounds like they were definitely trying to hide the twang, but and also kind of reminds me of last season with Banana. First time I heard Banana, I did not think it was Bret Michaels, but after the second, like the first time, he was definitely trying to hide who he was, but after the second performance, you couldn't deny it was them. So that's what I'm looking for when Snow Owls perform again, if they continue to try and disguise who they are, or maybe if more of that twang actually does come out and is Clint and Lisa.
yeah, I could very well be Clint and Lisa, but I kind of want to see what the next clues are.
Oh yeah. Okay, and finally, the final performance we're going to talk about is the Dragon. In the clue package, he said he was known for dressing up in outrageous costumes. He said he was a fire-breathing beast. He was on a quest to be the best. He said fire was dangerous. He said he was dangerous at the beginning of his career. But he got tips to help him calm down. He wants to drag a golden mask into his lair. There was a stopwatch, barbells, a dog bone in his package. He rapped. Mama Said Knock You Out. I thought he did a really good job. Ken guessed Michael Phelps because of the stopwatch clue. Robin and Nicole both guessed Busta Rhymes. Jenny also guessed Michael Phelps. There were so many people going through my head during this performance. I was thinking DMX and Ja Rule because Dragon sounded very similar to both of them. And then also the crazy costume clue made me think of when Dennis Rodman wore a wedding dress. So I was wondering if maybe it was him. And the dog bone was making me wonder if it was Randy Jackson. So my head was going so many different ways.
You know what? It was funny because when, I saw these certain clues like the stopwatch and such, I was like, wait a minute, is this actually the athlete? Because, the stopwatch made me think it was like, what is this somebody that runs like track and field or something? And then there was like the room with the gold. I can see why Ken thought of Michael Phelps. I was actually, at first I was like, wait a minute, is this an athlete? But then it was like when the rapping came out, it was like, okay, this is definitely a rapper.
Yeah.
Right.
So
the reason I didn't think it was Michael Phelps, because if you see Michael Phelps and his personality, he is very, very boring.
Yeah.
And I mean, I thought it was and once once the judges made their guesses, I thought it was DMX too. I mean, it definitely sounded similar to him.
But in the end, Dragon was unfortunately unmasked on the show, and Jenny and or Nicole and Robin were both right. It was Busta Rhymes. This is why I really didn't, there were a lot of clues I didn't get, but one clue that really stood out that makes me think it's going to be a very tough season is in Dragon's clue package, there was a dinosaur, and that was representing him voicing the Reptar Rat Wagon in the Rugrats movie. That's what makes me think that these clues are going to be really, really tough this season.
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. They're going to make it harder because of the fact that people are always guessing, and they've been easy guesses up until now, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, but I really, really enjoyed the premiere. I cannot wait to see who's unmasked next. Next week we have Baby Alien, Crocodile, Gremlin, Seahorse, Serpent, and whatchamacallit. There's been promos going around. They are teasing something big that is going to happen on Wednesday night. And there are a lot of speculations going around. I'm wondering if somebody's mask is going to fall off because you see Nick asking security guys to help him out. It could be a double elimination because, of course, there's 1 week with a different number of masks, and maybe they're trying to get down to 12 instead of 13. So maybe there is a double elimination on Wednesday, or maybe it's another shocking reveal like when Sarah Palin was unmasked. But I can't wait to see what it is on Wednesday night.
I know, me too.
But anyway, that is our show for today. Masked Singer airs every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern on Fox. Tomorrow, Jake and I will be doing our recap of last week's Dancing with the Stars. Until then, everybody have a good rest of your Sunday. Stay safe, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Okay.